One of the things that I got to talk to you guys about is the difference between sorcery and priesthood. And when I'm referring to priesthood, I'm really talking about the priesthood and within the ATR, the African traditional religions within the new diaspora, right? A lot of y'all believe that a sorcerer and a priest is the same thing. And I'm going to explain to you guys why y'all believe that. Because many of you guys are Christian within your thought process, not within your worshiping, because you may not worship Christian deities, but your thought process of thinking that a lot of when you was first coming to these orishas or luas or whatever you want to refer to them as, angels, you guys really thought that they were some type of witchcraft type of entities that you could wield these spirits how you feel, how you see fit. Because every time I see somebody within a priestlyhood, they always quick to throw people names in the pot faster than people who I see that says they're sorcerers or sorcerers. So I there understand where's the misunderstanding is coming from. Now, a priest, when an individual goes to these ATRs to get initiated, whether it be regular de ocha or Haitian voodoo or even revivalism or Shango Baptiste, contemplate, whatever system you get involved in, a lot of times these entities work directly for God. These entities that you receive, like Oshun and Yamaya and Shango and all these entities that's similar and that's like that, they all work for God. Now, when you sign up for these houses to become a priest and they initiate you and they give you these entities and they're supposed to give you the knowledge, but we all know how that goes. You guys really don't get the knowledge like that until after you guys have to work and fight and grab knowledge from other people because your godparents be twisted. Like, let's keep it a buck. Like, many people went through this. We know how it goes. When y'all make the pacts of and receive those knowledges, y'all make a verbal contract that says you will participate in what the Yoruba people will consider Iwapele, which is good character. Why is this? Because God is involved in that. And his entities that you guys are working with works for God. And God created every single thing in this planet. So God is not selfish. You get what I'm saying? Now, this does not mean that God doesn't have two sides, a good and a bad. You get me? Because you still need to be able to defend yourself because he understands that there's negativity out here in this world. So he would allow you to manipulate those energies as long as it is just. It has to be just. Now, does that mean that every single priest or priestess is like this? No, they still will manipulate these godly deities in their own favor, but their entities and God is watching because this is his playing field, this is his energies, this is his realm. Now, a sorcerer, not saying that some of us, because I work with orishas and impungos, are angels, whatever you want to call it. I do work with those. But a lot of us work with entities that is not of that plane. All right. They don't come from the plane of where they're receiving ashe from God. They're in their own world or their own sector. Right? Now, whatever we choose to do, we never made no verbal contracts of Iwa Pele. We made contracts with these entities to do what we see as fit. How these entities come about, there could be different ways, such as you meeting one, someone introduced you to one, or you being born because maybe your family had pacts with some of them from previous generations and has been watching, waiting for another individual to come back around, right? This is how you end up with that. But in no form of case does a sorcerer or sorceress makes a pact because they acquire a lot of times their information through trial and error, through their own efforts. They're not given or paid a ceremony to receive that. They worked and learned and earned their knowledge. You get what I'm saying? So it's a little bit different. One receives their entities from God, which got the powers of God, the different aspects of Him. And the sorcerers, well, those are the priests, and the sorcerers work with a lot of times entities that does not work within the realm of God and does not get their powers from God, and they will do whatever it is that they're okay with what you're doing because they agree to it. They say, yo, listen, you give me this and I'm gonna rock out with you. And I'm not gonna abandon you. Where priests, if they keep up dealing with bad Iwa Pele, their entities can and will abandon them and step back and let whatever happen to them, where a sorcerer didn't make that pact. So this is the difference between a sorcerer and a priest. I hope this helps with the confusion. Like I said, there could be other things that we could bring into this, but I wanted to bring it down to the most minute level. And this is really the real difference between the two.